Yeah, what's up, everybody? Shagdog here, Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Once again. Yeah. We're doing another Rockin review in awesome brew. And this is 1986, my top 10 albums. And there's a lot of albums missing from my list that you might like. But I can't put an album in there that I honestly only like 2 or 3 songs off the albums. So there you go. That's why you won't see some big name bands in here compared to some other ones. But let's get into it. All right. Yes. So 1986, as you can tell if you watch my 1984, 1985, my rock bands, hair bands are getting more. Actually, through this whole album, except 2, which one could be considered, kind of rap, but kind of rock, But anyhow, the awesome brew I'm doing with this Rockin review is Sierra Nevada's Oktoberfest Fest beer. I've done it many times. I bought a 12 pack, so I'm trying to get rid of it. I got one left after this one, so we're almost done with this 12 pack finally. I only drink when I do beer reviews or my Rockin reviews of awesome brews. So usually once a week, and I might only do 3 or 4 beer reviews. And if I throw one of these in, which I've only done 3, but let's pour that in a glass so you get a look-see, then let's start rocking it. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, this is also they collaborated with Gutmann Brewery out of Germany this year. Not as good as last year's, but that's okay. All right, number 10, Rock Reviews, Awesome Brews. 1986. You guys are going to be shocked by my number 10. Maybe not, but it was a great album. Had a lot of hits, a lot of singles off it. And it's Janet Jackson, Control. I mean, if you hear that background noise song, I got a contractor downstairs putting in a new floor, actually, fixing the floor. So don't mind that if that's coming up. Janet Jackson, Control. Of course, you got the song Control. Nasty, Miss Janet. I forget that part of the song. It's Janet, Miss Nasty. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. That's it. Control, of course. When I Think of You. What Have You Done for Me Lately? The Pleasure Principle. And Let's Wait a While, which is a song about let's not have sex yet. Let's Wait a While. The worst song of 1986, actually. Let's say I didn't get any. Did I get any 1986? Wait. Try and think. I might have gotten my first action in 1986. But anyhow, I think I did actually. It's after that. I went on. Anyhow, that's number 10, Janet Jackson, Control. Number 9, this album probably could have went below to number 10. I probably could have switched both of these, which some fans of this band are going to be pissed by me saying that, but that's okay. But it's Cinderella's Night Songs. My favorite songs are definitely Shake Me, Somebody Save Me, and Nobody's Fool. Night Songs, a lot of people are hell-bent on Night Songs. It's an okay song. It's not that great to me. But it's an okay song. And Push Push I like too. A couple other songs are okay, but nothing stands out as much to me as Shake Me, Somebody Save Me, and Nobody's Fool. But the rest of the album's okay. That's my number 9 for 1986. Number 8, a lot of people are pissed about this one because I'm usually a hair band type guy, and I do have one heavy metal album on this. I believe this is the only one I got. It's heavy metal. And my number 8 of 1986, Metallica, Master of Puppets. It's probably my favorite Metallica album, and the Black album, I think. The Black album is probably my favorite, but this one's good. Master of Puppets, of course, Battery, Welcome Home Sanitarium, Leper Messiah, a bunch of good songs. And the only really thing I got to say about Metallica Master of Puppets is I heard Master of Puppets, the song itself, and maybe Sanitarium. That was it from that album. But on New Year's Day, 1987, I was hungover really bad. Me and my friends all got some bottles of something, went out drinking outside New Year's Eve. Me and my older brother had a room down in the basement. Well, let's not say I had a good night that night. And he gets home. He went somewhere, stayed over at a friend's house or something. He gets home in the morning. He's blasting Metallica, Master of Puppets. Let's say I didn't like Master of Puppets that day. Of course, my internet switched to Wi-Fi. I did switch to a new Ethernet cable. Thought that would help, but no. I think it's my computer. The memory shoots out and it flips the Wi-Fi and it comes back. I don't know. Anywho, yeah, Metallica, Master of Puppets, number 8. Number 7. This is the only rap album I have on here. I almost had another rap album in place of Janet Jackson, but Janet Jackson really beat out that other album pretty bad. I only liked 3 songs on the other rap album, which was, I'll say it was Run DMC. What the hell's the name of the album now? I can't remember the name of it. But it had one with Tricky and all that kind of stuff on there. But Janet Jackson beat that out just because of quality of songs and so many hits. But this album right here was probably the best rap album, especially of the mid-'80s. And some rock influences in there too. Beastie Boys, License to Ill. Of course, you got the big hits. You got to fight for your right to party. No Sleep in Brooklyn. But you have Paul Revere, License to Ill, She's Crafty, Brass Monkey, Slow and Low, Hold It Now, Hit It, Hold It Now, Hit It. That's the name of the song. And I think I already said It's Time to Get Ill. Great songs, some other good songs on there also. A really good album. Me and my friends probably listened to that all summer long. I think it came out late '86. I'm not really sure, but yeah. Definitely in the summer of '87, we were still rocking out to it. So let me get a sip of this beer. 7th stretch right there with the Beastie Boys. Well, it hits the spot. And also shout out co-worker of mine passed away a couple months ago, and his girlfriend, who they dated for 20 years, she still works there. And I wasn't really good friends with him. But I'm not friends with anybody at work. It's not like we hang out or anything after work. But anyhow, he was a cool cat. Older guy. Well, I'm old too, but he's a little bit older than me. And today would have been his 57th birthday or 58th birthday. I can't remember. And he passed away 2 months ago. So shout out to Jeff. All right, let's get into that number 6 rock album. My top rock albums of 1986. This one, the whole album itself was pretty good, pretty rocking, and it's Tesla, Mechanical Resonance, and Modern Day Cowboy, of course, their biggest song off there. But you also have Little Susie, Getting Better, Coming at You Live. I mean, the whole album was pretty good. I actually like the album after this better than this one. But that one does rock. And Modern Day Cowboy still, man, if that comes out like dun, 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 the USA, the USSR. Yeah, pretty good song still. And I could probably listen to that album still. Tesla, number 6. And they're still touring. And all the original members except for one. Yeah. All the original members except for one of the guitarists left, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years ago. But yeah, Tesla's still rocking it. Number 5, and the guy just got inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is my first album with him that I actually listened to the whole album. His prior albums to this, I've heard songs off it, but I never heard the whole albums. And I like this album. And probably because it's the first one I listened all the way through by him. It's Ozzy Osbourne, The Ultimate Sin. And Probably not even. I mean, if you look at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I don't think they played even in the little spotlight thing where they showed Ozzy through the years or whatever. I don't think they threw any songs off this album. But I like the album. Of course, they didn't mention Jakey Lee at all. He did mention like all the guitarists that played for him and the bass guitarists and the drummers. And some of them are here tonight, which was basically Zach Wild, I think, as far as guitars go. Randy Rose wasn't there, that's for sure. But yeah, Ultimate Sin. He had Shot in the Dark, which I thought was his first #1 hit. I must have had a false memory there. It was his first top 100, Hot 100 hit. So that's his first song to break the Hot 100 was Shot in the Dark. But it only reached like number 68 or something like that. But I thought it was his first #1 hit, which I was kind of like doubting myself. Like, I can't believe that one was a #1 hit. And some of his other songs were, and it wasn't a #1 hit, 68, but it was the first one to go into the top 100. Other songs, The Ultimate Sin, of course, Secret Loser, Killer of Giants, which is a great song, but it's kind of long, and some of the instrumental parts are kind of long, but it's pretty good. Lightning Strikes and Thank God for the Bomb. It's kind of like nuclear bomb theme, right? You got Killer of Giants, Thank God for the Bomb, Ultimate Sin, which I guess letting off a nuclear bomb, killing millions of people would be the ultimate sin, right? I called for a sip. Yes, Ozzy Osbourne, The Ultimate Sin, #5. Even The Ultimate Sin, I love that song. The drum beat going in, and yeah, pretty good song. And that was Texas Ozzy Osbourne. If you remember the video, he came in a limo, had the Longhorns on the front of the car, and he had a cowboy hat on, white trench coat. Yeah, Ozzy. Glad to see Ozzy in the Hall of Fame as a solo artist. So many other artists should be in there. Of course, you know, they got to put their artsy and their popsies. There's people in there that shouldn't even be in there. You know, Tribe Called Quest, was that last year they got in there? I think. Tribe Called Quest, definitely an influential rap band, but should they be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I don't think so. They should be in the Rap Hall of Fame, maybe. Okay, next one, #4. Van Halen's first album with Sammy Hagar, 5150. Everybody was really disappointed that Dave was gone. Sammy Hagar, what? I can't drive 55. Sammy Hagar, are you kidding me? And when the first solo came out, I think the first single for that album, I believe, was Dreams. And when I heard that song too, and they had the video of the Blue Angels, I'm like, but this is kind of gay. But really good lead guitar part, I saw. And as the years went by, I'm thinking that's one of the best songs with Sammy Hagar version of Van Halen. Actually, when Eddie died, they were playing all the different Van Halen songs on the radio. That one really touched me. I almost started crying. You know, the day Eddie Van Halen died, or the day after, and they were playing all the Van Halen songs. That one almost made me cry hearing Dreams, and that's one of my favorite Sammy Hagar Van Halen songs. But 5150, Why Can't This Be Love, Dreams, Best of Both Worlds, and Love Walks In. You could just leave the album with those few songs, and it would be a great album still. It'd be like a good EP. Yeah, that's my favorite Van Hagar album too, out of all the Van Hagar albums. So yeah, all right. So that was #4, Van Halen. Now, as the list gets on and on, you're gonna be like, "What the?" But here's rolling into my top 3 for my favorite albums of 1986. This one could have been #1, but today, I mean, I could listen to all 3 of these albums anytime. This is probably the biggest hit album of all the 3 I'm about to mention, but you know, maybe I played it out too much in 1986. But it's still good. I can still listen to it. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. You Give Love a Bad Name, of course, the big hit off there. Living on a Prayer, which that's not one of my, I still like the song, but it's my Pour Some Sugar on Me. Pour Some Sugar on Me of this album. It's like Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me. It played out too much. Even You Give Love a Bad Name was played out a lot too, but I at least after a few years, it kind of feels, you didn't hear it too much. Pour Some Sugar on Me, God, it seems like for eternity they're playing that song. But yeah, You Give Love a Bad Name, Living on a Prayer, Never Say Goodbye, a good ballad. Some people might even say that's Bon Jovi's best ballad there. Uh, Let It Rock, Wild in the Streets, I'd Die for You. My worst song off the album is probably Social Disease. I think the album could have done without that one. And I really don't like Lay Your Hands on Me. That was an all right song, music wise, but just lay your hands on me, yeah, just didn't do it for me. But it was an all right song. So there you go. So Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, number 3. Let's get a sip while it's wet for me. Rockin' Reviews, sponsored by Sierra Nevada today. All right, number 2. This is my favorite band, actually, of the 80s, and still is my favorite band, whatever you want to call them. It wasn't their best album, I don't think, but definitely their top 3 or 4. But it's my number 2 for 1986, and it's Rat, Dancing Undercover. Not a really, I mean, it had a couple songs that were singles, Dance, Body Talk, Slip of the Lip. I don't think any of them were a big hit or anything, even broke the top 20. Maybe one of them might have hit the top 40 or 60, maybe, if you're lucky. Maybe Dance. I don't think any of them hit big, actually. Body Talk was, a lot of people like that one because it's a little bit harder. They actually thought that song, Rap, was going a different direction. And then they came out with Reach for the Sky, so that ruined that thought. But yeah, Dance, Body Talk, Slip of the Lip, and all the filler songs I love. Looking for Love, Driving Me Crazy, One Good Lover, Take a Chance, 7th Avenue. I mean, really good filler songs for me, just the way the guitars are. It's almost a really poppy but yet rocky. Poppy but rocking, It's kind of I don't know how to explain that album. It's just weird. It's a gem of an album, I think, because nobody had an album like that in 1986 or 87. It was kind of like poppy, but rocking. So I don't know how to explain it. Anyhow, there you go. Rat, Dancing Undercover, number 2. I just had a comment from somebody, but I don't know, something else. Okay. Yeah, so Rat and Bro, brothers and sisters. Well, I got some comments on here. Hey, Mia Z-Dog. Hey, Z-Dog. Yeah, it's like Z-Dog and Scammer. Yeah, I started a little later than usual. I wasn't going to do it, but then I was like, let me drink a beer, do a Rockin' review, I guess. Drink 1 or 2. Yeah. My number 1 of 1986. They're the epitome of hair bands. When this album came out, I mean, I saw the video for the first single, and I didn't think they were girls. I think I saw the first single before I saw the album cover. So when I went to the store to get the album, I was like, man, it looked like girls on the album cover. Everybody never saw the video, apparently. Only saw the album cover to begin with. Was like, who are these chicks? And that's Poison. Look What the Cat Dragged In. Yeah, they all look kind of pretty, kind of fugly, actually. You're probably like, man, these girls got a lot of makeup on. But yeah, I liked the song Cry Tough when it came out. It was the first single, first video. It got good enough airplay on MTV when it came out. Of course, the second single came out, Talk Dirty to Me, really put them on the map. But I bought the album before Talk Dirty to Me came out as a single. And back then, you couldn't go online and listen to a whole album or anything. You had to go buy the album, or one of your friends had to have it. So I didn't even know what the hell it was. I heard Cry Tough. I was like, oh yeah, I like this. Let me go buy this. And I got it, and I liked it. Cry Tough, Talk Dirty to Me. Look What the Cat Dragged In itself. I Want Action. I Won't Forget You. By the way, they actually got sued for the song I Want Action, and there's some other band that had, they didn't even say I Want Action, but I forget the name of the band, but their song went bam, 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 something else tonight, bam, bam, bam. And then, of course, Poison said, I want action. But this other band sued them and they won. I guess maybe Poison just said it and probably gave them some money or something. But it wasn't, I mean, yeah, that did sound a little similar. But some other band from the 60s could have came out and said, well, you stole that from us. You know, I mean, just a simple, anyhow. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I Won't Forget You, and then some good filler songs. Number One Bad Boy, Blame It On You, Play Dirty, Mama Let Me Go to the Show, and all the other songs I can't think of right now, but they're all pretty good. I liked it. When that came out and I listened to it, especially a lot of filler songs, it sounded a little punkish to me, like almost punk rock actually for the time in 1986. And it was kind of raw and unpolished. The album, which I really liked. Um, so yeah, I mean, out of all the Poison's album, that one, they all between that one, Open Up and Say Ah, and what the hell was Something to Believe in. That was Flesh and Blood, right? Yeah, Flesh and Blood. They all hold a special place. Flesh and Blood was very polished. Maybe they grew a little bit lyrically. Open Up and Say Ah, I think was a little polished, a little bit of rawness still with it, and pretty good. So yeah, but this one holds a special place in my heart because it's Poison's first album, and I loved it. Look what the cat dragged in. I got a girl on the left of me and a girl on the right. I know damn well I slept with both last night. All right. Well, I better close this up because I gotta get to bed. It's almost bedtime for Shagdog. Rockin reviews and awesome brews. Try to get Jammer sings with me. He just can't get on it like he used to. So here I am. And I got that little border thing with some albums from 1906, but I don't think any of them were on my list besides Janet Jackson was on there somewhere, but you can't see her because I'm covering her. Maybe it's that Tesla. I don't know. Oh, Poison was on there. Oh, there's Janet Jackson down the bottom of the red. And Poison was on there somewhere. I think it's covering them. So, I got all that beer in there. Yeah. That was a good beer. It hit the spot. Back to work tonight. It's over to hump night for me. It's my Wednesday tonight. So it's all downhill from here, right? Yeah. Yeah, Bon Jovi, man, those girls going crazy over them, especially him, 1986. When they came out with their next one, kind of not as much. They're still going a little gaga over them, but not as much as they were in 86. But when they came out in New Jersey, what was that, 1988, 89? I can't remember what year they came out, but not quite as much. And then by the time what the hell's it? Oh, Keep the Faith came out, Bon Jovi was, I mean, it still came out with a couple of ballads that girls liked and stuff, like Always, Bed of Roses, and stuff like that. But they weren't as big as they were in 1986, 87. That's the top three bands as far as record sales go, though. I think Bon Jovi had the most. And I can't remember who's second, Poison or Motley Crue. Motley Crue had, I mean, a couple of songs by Motley Crue on most of their albums. I like Shout at the Devil, the whole album, but after that, most of the albums only like two or three songs I like. And then Dr. Feelgood, probably like about five songs of that one. But that's pretty much it. So Motley Crue was all, bad boy, making the news, dying from an overdose, kills somebody in a car accident, all that kind of stuff. And they were all thrilled and like, oh, something. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, I never liked the Motley Crue, but they were in the top three. I think Bon Jovi was number one in sales for those hair bands in the '80s, then Motley Crue, then Poison, I believe. That's how it went for the hair bands. Which is good for Poison because they only came out with really two albums in 1990. They came out with the third one, so and Motley Crue had Shout the Devil, the one before that, of course. So they had Theater of Pain, Girls, 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 and then Dr. Feelgood. But yeah. Right, thanks for watching there, Mia, Z-Dog. And I got to get out of here. It's another rocker review and awesome brew here on the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I am Shagdog. Maybe next week or within 2 weeks, I'll have my top 10 1987. And we'll see you on the next one.